I'm not going to expect you guys to pick up a pen or anything like that. It's learning the old ways. Last about 6 months, my role is to do some life skills and cultural sharing, cultural teachings.
Our culture and the change that happened was forced on us. It's so important for Heiltsuk people to be in touch with who we are.
What happens is 8 young people, anywhere from 18 to 30 years old, can apply to the program. Ellery is going to do a lot of work, really trying to decipher those pictographs.
This is Devil's Club bark. In our traditional language, we call it weak us. Weak us. It's used to make a herbal tea.
Most families can't afford to come out and experience what we're doing here today, and our people used to come out and spend weeks preparing their foods and working together and getting ready for the winter.
So the idea was several years ago, looking at the political leverage that we had and the voice or lack thereof that we had, was to put together this organization of congregations. And the reason we chose congregations was because, historically speaking, the black church is the only institution that's owned and controlled by black people in the community, as well as the power of that institution in the community and how people coalesce around it, whether they attend church or not.
Since we're in our 6th year, the word is on the street that we have the program and where the sites are. And in a small community like Rand, I doubt if there's another after-school program there. I know there's not an after-school program in that community that isn't school-based.
And the reason that the partnership exists is because of what I like to call the 2 Ds. One has to do with disparities. The fact that African Americans are disparate in about any category that you want to talk about as it relates to the majority population. And then the demographics. And the reason that exists is because of the small number of people of color, minorities, period, in the state. There are about 1.8 million people in West Virginia, and of that 1.8, there are about 58,000 people of color.
My name is Joy Bongyereire, and I'm the team leader for Biodiversity Conservation for Rural Development. It's a community-based organization that I co-founded with colleagues here in Seoul District. We have implemented the Davis Project for Peace, which benefited communities adjacent to Bongyereire National Parks.
The biggest number of the world's remaining gorillas are in the Alberta and Rift region. That's wind impenetrable where we are now.
So that is a chia forest, and we work with 4 villages. So the manure produced by the goats and this cow is enough to fertilize his fields, and which increases the output. Bagurishagaho ibimondi.
Since 2003, the number of pygmies who have died would be about 20. Yeah, some of them fighting with each other and killing one another. And I mean on this side of the Echia side of Chisoro and then Kabale districts. So that is really a gap, and that's why we got motivated to write a proposal on peacebuilding and natural resource management.
The Future Generations Graduate School offers a unique 2-year master's degree program in applied community change with a concentration in conservation and a new proposed concentration in peace building. This master's degree program blends online and field-based instruction to build the skills of community change agents. The program allows students to remain in jobs in their own countries, learning and sharing ideas online while developing a locally focused practicum project. Online learning is punctuated by 4 month-long residential programs spread across 3 continents and drawing out themes that build on the success stories of each region. These residentials are intense learning experiences concentrating on theories of community development, real-world case studies, and practical skills. They also provide an opportunity for students to connect with faculty and each other as part of a global learning community. During the 2 terms of the first year, students spend time in India and Peru. In India, they focus on social change movements while studying in Gandhi's ashram in Sevigram. In Peru, classes focus on a national system of community-based healthcare and issues of food and water security. While in India and Peru, students also learn from the development and conservation successes of indigenous people and have an opportunity to visit the world-famous Inca archaeological site of Machu Picchu. During the 2nd term of study, students also draft their practicum proposal, which connects their academic learning with opportunities to research and work towards solutions to a real-world development problem in their own communities. In the 2nd year, residential programs visit Nepal and the United States. In Nepal, students trek through the Himalayas studying human ecology and community forestry. They then round out their education in the USA with courses in leadership and conflict transformation. The program culminates with students presenting the results of their practicum, giving the class an opportunity to synthesize the lessons of diverse practicum projects that have improved practices and outcomes in each student's community and reflect on 2 years of learning and sharing. All this in preparation for the day when students don their flat hats and walk into the proud ranks of future generations graduates driving community change around the world.
So I think that this, the Future Generations program is definitely a good fit for somebody like myself, who's a little bit older, has maybe had several careers and is looking for the best possible solutions.
It's all about working with communities, and especially vulnerable communities.
It was really, really important for me to be able to continue the work that I was doing in my community.
It has to do with community development. If you want to learn about what is working in other countries.
Most of the students in the program are mid-career professional development workers from around the world.
This program of master is different than other master program in university, because all the students are mature people, and even every one of them are key person from their work, their NGO, in their country, in their organization.
It's just so intense that you're able to really get a lot out of it.
It's really important that this program caters to the type of person that's already really interested in working hard in their community on their own and with their fellow community members.
In the Peru residential that we're at right now, we have 7 countries represented.
Classmates from Guyana and also from Africa, from Tanzania.
We can always see each other online and ask advice.
There's already a set of alumni that maybe we all don't know as well, but we're going to become a part of that group of alumni, and we're able to talk to them as well.
So it's a very different type of support network, but it's a really strong one.
What attracted me to the program is the whole idea of building from the grassroots, building on the successes of the people.
The Future Generations classroom can be time on a bus. It's meals with your teachers.
You know, somebody says seeing is believing. So you're taken there and you see.
It's time in classrooms and time on computers.
So we go to different places in the world to learn, but the idea is that you're not just taking this information and this knowledge back and keeping it with yourself.
So there's that immediacy of transfer between the theoretical and the practical.
You're sharing it with the rest of your community.
And it's lifelong learning that I'll be taking away from this.
It's forced me to become more clear.
We are learning the conflict and transformation. We are learning social change and development. We are learning nature conservation.
It makes a big difference in how you plan and how you implement.
By combining conservation with development in our studies and in our interests, we end up leading towards sustainability.
I have a plan now. I have some ideas that I will share with my community, and I'll say, what do you think?
We saw so many different cultures and so many different community development programs, and I just soaked it all up.